Welcome to the Explainer. So, you're ready to start managing your infrastructure with code, huh? You are in exactly the right place. Today, we're basically going to take the official Terraform installation guide and turn it into a super clear, actionable plan to get you up and running fast. Look, before you can build all that amazing stuff in the cloud, you need the right tool for the job. And installing Terraform, that's the very first step on your whole infrastructure as code journey. So let's get it done. All right, before we type a single thing into the terminal, let's just take a quick 30 seconds to really get what this tool is all about and, why it's such a big deal for developers and operations folks alike. At its heart, Terraform lets you define your entire setup. We're talking servers, databases, networks, you name it, all in these simple, human-readable files. That means no more endless clicking through some web console. You just write the code, and Terraform makes it happen. The whole process really just boils down to these three things. You write, you configure, and you apply. And what we're focusing on today is installing that command line interface, the CLI. You can think of it as the engine that actually takes your code and turns it into real, live infrastructure. Okay, time to get to it. You've basically got two main ways to do this. The package manager route is for sure the easy, automated path for most people. Then there's the manual install, which is this universal method that works everywhere and, honestly, gives you a better peek under the hood. We're going to cover both, starting with the recommended one. So yeah, for most of you out there on macOS, Windows, or one of the big Linux distributions, using a package manager is absolutely the fastest and easiest way to get started. It just handles all the little details for you. If you're on a Mac and you've got Homebrew installed, it's honestly this simple. Just two little commands in your terminal and you are good to go. The first one basically tells Homebrew where to find HashiCorp's official software, and the second one, well, it installs it. And for all my Windows users, the chocolatey package manager makes this a beautiful one-liner. Now, it is worth pointing out that while this is super convenient, HashiCorp themselves don't directly maintain this particular package. Just a little FYI. Now on to Linux. Whether you're using a Debian-based system like Ubuntu or maybe something from the Red Hat family like Fedora, the first step is always the same. You have to add HashiCorp's official software repository and its GPG key. This is just so your system knows, hey, I can trust the software coming from this source. So, for example, once you've got that repository set up on a Debian or Ubuntu machine, this is the final command you run. If you were on, say, CentOS, you just use yum or DNF instead of apt-get. But either way, your package manager takes care of everything from there. It's pretty slick. Okay, so what if a package manager isn't an option for you? Or what if you just want to see how this thing works under the hood? Well, that's where the manual install comes in. It's a fantastic fallback method that is guaranteed to work on pretty much any system. And don't worry, manual does not mean complicated. Seriously, it's just 3 steps. You download the right zip file for your operating system, you unzip it, it's just a single file inside, and then you make sure your computer knows where to find that file. Now, that last step is the most important one, and this slide really demystifies it. The path is, well, it's just a list of directories on your computer where it looks for programs. By putting Terraform in one of those directories, you can run the Terraform command from literally anywhere in your terminal. It's super important. Curious about what's actually in your path? You can see the whole list of approved locations just by running this one simple command. It'll spit out all the directories your system automatically checks. So once you've unzipped that Terraform file, all you have to do is move that single file into one of the directories you just saw in your path. A really common spot on macOS and Linux is /risr/local/bin, just like you see here. All right, it doesn't matter which way you did it, package manager or the manual install, the final step is always the same. We need to make sure it actually worked. Let's not just hope for the best. There's a really easy way to find out for sure. Go ahead and open a brand new terminal window. And that part's important. You want a fresh one to make sure any changes are loaded. Then just type terraform-help and hit enter. If you see a bunch of text that looks something like this, with a list of commands like init, plan, and apply, then hey, congratulations, you did it. You have successfully installed Terraform. And before we wrap this up, here's one last pro tip for you. Run terraform-install-autocomplete. It sets up tab completion, which means after you restart your shell, you can just type part of a command, hit the tab key, and it'll fill in the rest for you. It's a huge time saver, trust me. Okay, so you've installed the tool, you're all set up, but you know what? That's really just crossing the starting line. The real adventure, the fun part, that starts right now. And this slide right here, this shows you the incredible power you just unlocked. With Terraform on your machine, you now hold the keys to manage infrastructure on basically any major cloud provider out there, plus hundreds of other services too. The foundation is set. You've got one of the most powerful infrastructure as code tools right at your fingertips. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?